Hello everyone, welcome once again to ReRun Productions and welcome back to Vauxhall Stadium. Not too close, Mick, because you'll catch the sunburn. I picked up here Monday because we had glorious weather here on Bank Holiday Monday, just like it is now. Only a lot hotter because it was an afternoon meeting, of course, and the Evening Star, which is certainly put paid to the Peterborough Panthers challenge on Monday. There's Chris Louis just guiding the last minute track preparations, injured of course on the sidelines but still taking an active part. Yes, the Witches certainly put pay to the Panthers challenge here on Monday afternoon. 60 to the Witches, 31 to the Panthers. It's exactly the same score as the Panthers got here on their Craven Shield visit, and a point less for the Witches. They posted 61 in March, so dropping just 1 point from the previous visit. But everybody on fire on Monday, everybody having a thoroughly enjoyable afternoon, what with the open pits policy, the riders doing the signing of the posters. Everything really did go well and everybody was in great mood. And all the boys, all the Witches boys that is, were in great form. Piotr Swiderski posting paid 12. Robert Moscoviak returned to form with paid 16. Steve Johnson, acting captain, paid for 14. Yannick Hempel 12, Toby Kroner paid for 11 and Chris Ram paid for 4, so bumper payday for John Louis. So he's taken a turn for the worst, as you can imagine, but you'd never think it because the programme tonight is £1 off. It's only £1, normally £2 cover price, but John's digging deep into his generosity and because there's 2 meetings in a week, which is something we very rarely have here at Vauxhall, just the way the fixtures have worked out. But tonight we welcome in the Wolverhampton Wolves. Of course, we've already seen them here in action this season in Knockout Cup action, and it was back on the 3rd of April that we hosted the Wolves here at Vauxhall, which is winning that 50 points to 42. But it was, what have you spotted now, Mick? Oh, the flags. Oh yes, they look nice, don't they, going up? Look, German flag and St George Cross and Australian flag, much like we have flying here at Vauxhall. So people certainly getting behind the Witches this season. And yeah, the Wolves did dispatch the Witches out of the Cup because their home Monmouth Green form proved too great for the Witches to cope with. So, and the Witches out of the Craven Shield, of course, all in that same week, you'll remember. So it is league concentration for the Witches. And it's pleased to report that Wolverhampton actually tracked their programmed lineup. There was some doubts over Christian Heavenbrock and David Howe because they both crashed on Monday night in the home reverse against Coventry, just dipping out by 1.44 to the Wolves, 45 to the Bees. David and Christian both picking up knocks, but declared themselves fit here tonight, which is good to see. The side is led by Frederick Lindgren, captaining. He's in the Grand Prix at Leszno in Poland at the weekend. Alice Drimmel, number 2. Niels-Kristian Everson, he's started the season on fire. He's also going to be in that second Grand Prix round. Nikolai Clint, you remember he was reserve when he was here in the Knockout Cup. He beat that man we've just seen, Chris Louis, in one heat from the back. So that shows you what sort of evening he had previously. David Howe, Christian Heavenbrock and Kenneth Hansen, who we didn't see here last time. He was sidelined through injury and his place was taken by Chris Neath. But Kenneth Hansen does indeed line up here tonight. So it's all set fair. So it's a nice evening, a little bit of late evening watering going on just to as a dust settler more than anything. Flags are fluttering nicely. So we'll go off to the pits and we'll see if we can grab a chat with a couple of tonight's riders. Right, Kenneth Hansen joins us, and you missed the Wolves' previous visit. You were out injured, so tell us how things are now.
It's getting better, you know. I've been struggling for like the last few weeks with injuries from my crash at Wolverhampton, but I'm getting there, you know. It takes time to get back to fully fit, but I'm getting there, and yesterday I got paid maximum in the Danish league, so I'm feeling quite good for tonight.
So what have you actually done?
I broke my left ankle. I had a little piece of bone coming off, so I needed to rest for like 2 weeks, but I'm feeling better and better now.
And so how long have you been back in the saddle? How long have you been riding for?
I've been riding for the last 2 weeks now, and of course, to start with, it felt a bit weird, but it's getting better and better, and my foot is getting better. It's still broken, but it's okay to ride with.
And have you ridden at Vauxhall before? I can't remember.
It's my first time here, so
Right.
I'm looking for a good debut, hopefully.
So what have the boys told you? David Howe must have told you lots, because he's a bit of an expert around here.
He's been telling stories, about all these guys and all this and the other. And he said when he was here as a kid, there was a grippy track, but it's about making your own opinion. And I think it's looking good. Looks like it suits me good. It's big and a bit grippy, so I think it's going to be a good meeting.
I think the thing is nowadays, I was talking to somebody about this, in years gone by in the 70s and 80s, there was lots of loose material on the top, so bikes sprayed off lots of stuff, so people naturally thought there was lots of dirt, lots of grip. But now there's so much clay and different materials in the base, you don't necessarily need to see a lot of material to get that drive from the track, do you?
No, exactly, because if there's only a lot of dirt on the top, just push it away and not really coming anywhere. But now, like, the track is like clay, like Wolverhampton and everything else. It's much clay in it, so it makes a lot more grip for the bike, and you get a lot more speed if you can keep the wheels in line, of course. But
so Wolverhampton, they've slipped up a couple of times at home, most notably Monday, lost by a point to Coventry. So puts more emphasis on winning away now.
We got to win a few meetings away, and of course got to win the rest at home. But it's been tough. It's a new team, and we got to just stick together and just get our minds together and get the points coming, and of course hopefully win some away meetings.
How are the Wolverhampton fans taken for that? Because they're not known to be the most tolerant of a losing team.
Of course they're not happy when we're losing to Coventry at home, but they're behind us and supporting us still, so we gotta pay them back soon.
And you enjoying the top flight, the Elite League? No regrets about stepping up?
No regrets, not at all. Of course it's tough, but if I want to develop into one of the best riders, I gotta be with the best.
Okay, well thanks for joining us. Have a good evening.
You're welcome.
Anyway, Monday we had a great afternoon up here. Not just the performance of the witches, but the whole atmosphere of the afternoon. The nice track walkabout, the open pits, the signing with the posters and meeting the fans. It was all good fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good, and I think it's good to include the fans at least a few times in a year. You can't do it every time because it's much work and everything, much organization, and but it was good, and I think they enjoyed it all, and it's a good family day. Everyone likes to have it one time to see the track and all that stuff, and I think it's good to get them back on the track, because the crowds are getting smaller everywhere, and we must get them back on some way, and this is one way to do it.
So we've got to build for the future, and encouraging young fans to come through is great. And the important thing is that the performances keep coming, and that's twice we've demolished Peterborough now, so they know what we're made of. And, and we've beaten Wolves previously here in the Cup, so hopefully we could do that again, because we beat them by 8, which was a good result at the start of April.
I think it was a good result, and it's a good feeling anyway to win, and we all want to have it again. And it's a bit difficult without Chris, because he's a really important guy in the team, not just on the track at Ipswich especially. He's scoring very good, but also to have in the team to chat and all that stuff. It's very important to have it, but he still is at the track now and helps preparing the tracks and all the bikes and all the problems, so that's quite good. But I think we need this feeling again, and we can build up some confidence and do it again and again. That's the secret.
Jono's taken over the role of captain, and since he's had that additional responsibility, his scores have improved. Whether that's coincidence or not, I'm not sure, but he seems to have. He's not being unduly disadvantaged from that additional workload, if you like.
I think he's very confident since that moment. He's just looks when he goes out. He just looks confident. He just thinks, I must show the boys how to do it, and I can do it. And he's just doing this at the moment, and I hope he's keep on doing it, because he can do. And it's just about confidence, in my opinion. And that's about all the team. We must be confident, like Robert especially. He must be confident because he can do it. No, everyone knows. He just must think he can do it, and then he goes out and beat everyone on the track. Same with me and with Chris Ram and all the guys. It's all about confidence. If you think too much about all the setup stuff, it's not good. You just need to concentrate on racing. Go on the start, give it full gas, and then go out.
Well, we said that about Robert. I mean, he's the only rider that we can think of in the last few seasons, beating Hans Andersen here, Jason Crump, Nicky Pedersen. And then other times he struggles to beat an opposing reserve. So he really is quite an enigma, but he seemed to got it together on Monday.
Yeah, I think he always takes a bit time to come into the season. And now it's 15 meetings gone, and maybe he's got it now. And if he keeps on going like Monday, and if he keeps his confidence up, I think he can do it every day, no problem. Just 15, 14 points every day, that's no problem, because the ability is there. He just must believe in himself and must ride hard. That's all the secret. Same with me.
Self-belief,
That's
determination,
right. That's right.
and a will to win.
Get out and win.
Absolutely. We'll let you carry on with your preparations. Thanks for joining us.
Right, no problem.
That's Toby Crone, ever smiling, such a positive attitude, and that's what we like to see from our Evening Star Witches. Evening Star sponsoring tonight, as we said at the top of the show. So hopefully they'll be here enjoying their evening with us. Mick's back on top of the grandstand to take the last little bit of evening sunshine. And he's joined alongside tonight, back from his stock car sojourn, your race commentator, Nick Knowles.
Well, winners of the toss this evening are Wolverhampton. They have chosen gates 1 and 3 in heat number 1. A lovely sunny evening. The good weather continuing on all the way from last time. The ReRun Productions were here at Foxhall. That was just last Monday. It's Thursday night here. Maybe a little bit of breeze, but a nice sunny evening. So we take a look at the teams as they line up on parade then. First of all, Wolverhampton Paris International Wolves. And at number 7 from Denmark, it is Kenneth Hansen. At number 6, taking a knock on Monday in the home match against Coventry, is Christian Heffenbrock. Number 5, also taking a big knock in that same match, which was a real close encounter with Coventry, David Howe. David Howe rides at number 5. Nicholas Klint from Denmark also rides at number 4. Niels-Kristian Iversen, another Dane there, and a very quick one at that at number 3. Alice Drimmel from the Czech Republic rides at number 2. And Sweden's Freddie Lindgren is the captain at number 1. That's the Wolves then. Let's have a look at the Ipswich Evening Star Witches as they line up. At number 7, it's Chris Schramm. At number 6, from Germany comes Toby Crone. Jarek Hampel rides at number 5. Jarek from Poland, of course. At number 4, the captain is Steve Johnston. At number 3, Robert Miskowiak. And number 2, Piotr Swiderski. Chris Louis, of course, with that arm injury, is a rider replacement tonight. Chris is here to watch the action with his arm in a sling. So those are 2 sides as they line up. Heat number 1 in just a mo. Thanks very much, Kevin Long, for the intervals ahead of tonight's match. Of course, he'll be back at the end of tonight's encounter, Elite League encounter here at Fox's. They line up now for heat race number 1. Rider replacement ride in this one for Steve Johnston. He'll be riding in red, but first of all, let's have a look at the man on the inside in yellow. That's Alice Drimmel. Alice Drimmel on gate number 1. Alongside him, it's Piotr Swiderski. In blue, on gate number 3, it is Freddie Lindgren. And coming up now, here's Jono to take the rider replacement ride here in Heat 1. Just having a good look at that gate before he lines up. So Wolverhampton already been to Foxhall this year in the Knockout Cup match, and of course the Witches won here at Foxhall, lost at Monmore Green, and it was Wolverhampton that scored the most points over the 2 legs and knocked the Witches out of the Knockout Cup for season 2008. I've got the tapes and into turn number 1, and here's the Wolverhampton pairing showing first. Down the back straight they go. It's Freddie Lindgren, race leader. Alice Drimmel in second place. Piotr Swiderski back in third. Swiderski moves through on the inside. Turn number 4 off the first lap, and Jono's having a go now too. So Swiderski moves up to second place, past Alice Drimmel. Steve Johnston still at the back there. Crossing the line is Freddie Lindgren that leads the way. Lindgren races down the far side, opening out a bit of a lead over Swiderski. As there's another gap before we see the third place rider Alice Drimmel. As they ride onto the last lap, there's Jono doing all he can to try and make a pass. Oh, picking up some grip there and slowing up on the back straight. It's all gone wrong, and it looks looking down at the machine as well now. Jono at the back. Here's our winner. Taking a look over his shoulder, it's Freddie Lindgren for Wolverhampton. In second place, Swiderski for Ipswich, and finishing third Yep, there was Alice Drimmel. And problems for Steve Johnston, who goes through the pit gate, still looking down at his machine as he heads back into the pits. So not a bad start for Wolverhampton, but it's only heat number 1, of course. And Freddie Lindgren's heat race winning time, heat number 1 tonight, 59.2 seconds. That's the fastest time of the season so far. Heat number 2, the battle of the reserves, and on gate 1 this time in red we've got Toby Kroner. Alongside him in green is Christian Heffenbrock from Germany. Gate number 3 in blue is Chris Schramm on the red machine there. And finally in yellow on gate number 4 is Kenneth Hansen. That's the way they line up for heat number 2. Riders come to the line. And off they go down the straight into turn number 1, and leading the way from the gate there, Toby Kroner. He was ahead straight out of the gate down the inside line and leads the way on lap number 1. Here he comes around the turn, being chased now by Heffenbrock in second place, and in third place it's Chris Schramm. At the back there is Kenneth Hansen. Down the back straight they go. Toby continues to race away at the front. So come out of turn number 4. Plenty of dirt out there on the racetrack tonight, especially on those corners as they all ride around and down the back stretch once again. Toby Kroner is your race leader out of turn number 4 with 1 lap to go. In second place it's still Christian Heffenbrock. In third place Chris Schramm. Oh, Schramm just finds a little bit of grip there. The front wheel bounces up off the deck, but he pulls it back down, pushes it back down rather. Oh, as they come to the flag there, Schramm has lost that third place to Kenneth Hansen. We're on that last corner. He got a little bit out of shape, as he did a bit at the other end on the last lap, and Kenneth Hansen saw his chance to come through on the inside. Going down the back straight there, Toby Kroner shaking hands with Christian Heffenbrock, who finished in second place. Toby Kroner the winner, Heffenbrock second, Hansen third, a free share of the points in heat number 2 tonight. That will take the Witches up onto a scoreline of 5 points and 7 for the Wolves. It's going to be a lap of honour here for Toby. And plenty of Ipswich fans in the stadium enjoying the sunshine here today in East Anglia, out with their sunglasses on and T-shirts tonight. And plenty of applause for the very popular Toby Kroner here at Ipswich. Now the riders come to the line for heat number 3. On gate number 1 in this one we've got Niels-Kristian Iversen. Alongside him in blue is Steve Johnston out for his programme ride. In this one, gate 3 in yellow is Nikolai Klint, and on the outside in red it's Robert Muscoviak. Should be an interesting one then. Heat number 3, the Wolves taking an early lead in this match tonight. Jono, no points in his first ride in heat 1 tonight. Limbering up, getting ready for this one. A few neck exercises for riders at the tapes. Oh, and through the tapes there. Well, it looked like Nikolai Klint that went storming through the tapes before they move. And down the back straight he goes. So just waiting to see what referee Tony Still is in town tonight. Just waiting for his decision. Riders now starting to make their way up to the line then as we come to the rerun of Heat 3. And Nikolai Klint was the rider that was penalised there. Has been decided for him to start 15 yards back. So there he is back there, Nikolai Klint. Going to go from there. Well, certainly won't be able to touch the tapes from back there. So once again, quick reminder of the riders on the line. We got Steve Johnston on gate number 1 in blue. Alongside him in green, Niels-Kristian Everson. And on gate 3 now it is Robert Moscoviak. All changes just a little bit, of course, with Nikolai Klint going back 15 metres, not yards, as I said before. Way to go, down into that first turn. Oh, some side-by-side racing there as they head down the back straight. It's Niels-Kristian Everson having a real side-by-side, elbow-to-elbow battle there with Steve Johnston on turn number 1. But getting the better of that is Niels-Kristian as he rides around the turn, and just look at him go. At the back, there's quite a scrap going on with Nikolai Klint getting a little bit closer to Robert Moscoviak. Nikolai Klint looks for the inside line, going back down the straight. And, well, Moscoviak pulls away, takes a quick look over his shoulder. Jono in second place in blue. Here comes Klint again at the back, going around the outside this time. But no, he can't get past. And the Witches pairing remain in the middle. Oh, Nikolai Klint once again having a go there, trying to pick up some grip, but really didn't work out for him. Here's the checkered flag for Niels-Kristian Everson. He takes the win. Jono in second place, and finishing third there was Robert Moscoviak. Robert Moscoviak in third place. Nikolai Klint at the back. That's the way they finish heat number 3. 3-3 once again. The Wolves continue to lead. We come now to heat number 4, and starting on gate 1 this time in yellow is Kenneth Hansen out for his second ride of the night. Chris Ram is alongside in blue for the Witches, and on gate number 3 in green it's David Howe. On the outside in red is Jarek Hampel out for his first ride of the night. Chris Ram not scoring in his first ride, a point and indeed a bonus point for Kenneth Hansen in his first ride. The reserves race, of course, in there with Chris Ram. So the riders now coming in up to the line. David Howe also out for the first time this evening. A very, very close match up there at Monmore Green on Monday night. David taking a knock. Oh, in the first turn they go, and this time the Witches show first, going around turn 2. Witches out front. Jarek Hampel is the race leader. Chris Ram is right behind him, and the Wolves at the back. Could the Witches take the lead for the first time in this meeting here in heat number 4? Well, you can see back there in third place, David Howe trying to get the grips with things and trying to close in on Chris Ram and make a challenge, mount a challenge. Across the line to go, but out front, racing away is Jarek Hampel. And at the back there, going somewhat wide and losing speed is Kenneth Hansen. Oh, look at this, David Howe coming through on the inside of Chris Ram. Well, the challenge coming late in the race. We're on the last lap now, but Howe's gone through into second. Jarek Hampel is going to take the checkered flag here. Blasts across the finishing line. David Howe in second, and in third place Chris Ram, with Kenneth Hansen finishing at the back there. So down the back straight they go. A 4-2 in favour of Ipswich in that one. I'll take the Witches up onto 12 points. 12 points to the Wolves. 12-12 after 4 heats. And Yarek's going to take a run round the tarmac track here at Foxhorn, taking applause from the Witches fans. And plenty of applause too. 12-12 the scoreline as we come to heat number 5. This time on gate 1 it's Robert Moscoviak in red alongside Robert in yellow. Alice Drimmel for Wolverhampton on gate 2. Gate number 3 is Jono in blue, and on the outside there in green, it's Freddie Lingram. Freddie Lingram won his first ride of the evening, and he looks keen to get on with this one on gate number 4 there. Robert Muscoviak yet to score. And away they go into that first turn. Muscoviak takes the lead. Down the back straight they go. Jono is second. The Witches are out front. And in third place, starting to make a move there is Alice Drimmel. Freddie Lingram is perhaps surprisingly at the back. So into turn number 1 they go, and flying down the back straight is Robert Muscoviak. Jono in second place, defending that spot from Alice Drimmel in third, and Freddie Lingram at the back. Down the back straight once again, Robert Muscoviak really flying in this one. Across the line he goes with 1 lap to go, and we've had a faller. Going down is Alice Drimmel. He's gone down there on turns 3 and 4 last time round. He's got the bike safely off the deck and onto the centre green. Checkered flag comes out. It's a win for Robert Muscoviak. Jono second, and finishing in third place is Freddie Lingram. Meanwhile, on the centre green is Alice Drimmel, taking kneeling down at the moment, taking a look at his machine. Came off right on the apex of the turn. And his mechanic speeds out there to assist as the riders come round. That was a good one for the Witches, a 5-1. Take them on to 17 points now, 13 for Wolverhampton. Jono takes a lap of honour. Goggles hanging off his arm there. That wonderful, great big sun that starts to disappear behind the trees here at Vauxhall as the riders come to the line for heat number 6. Let's hope comes back again in the morning. This time, heat 6, we've got on gate number 1 in green David Howe. Alongside him in red is Robert Muscoviak coming in on a rider replacement ride. Gate number 3 in yellow is Christian Heffenbrook. And on the outside in blue is Piotr Swiderski. That's the way they line up. And away they go into that first turn, and showing first is Muscoviak. Coming all the way around the outside, Swiderski. Oh, the back end of the bike seemed to snap there on the outside line, but he slots back into third place. Round the turn they come. Muscoviak, the race leader. In second place is David Howe. Already some good work from him tonight. And back there in third place, it is Piotr Swiderski. So cross the line at the end of lap number 2. Christian Heffenbrook has really tailed off at the back. Down the back straight they go once again at the front. Muscoviak flying. Comes out of turn number 4, 1 to go. Lets the bike slide out to the fence there. Second place still David Howe, and in third place it is Swiderski. Here they come to the line now, and they remain in that order. So that will be a 4-2 scoreline to the Witches in Heat 4. Muscoviak, the race winner, David Howe second, Piotr Swiderski in third place, and Christian Heffenbrock finishing fourth. Well, as the riders come round, heading for the pit gate, we're really going back in time here at Vauxhall. They're just starting to play Crazy Horses by the Osmonds over the PA. How about that? Here we go now with Heat 7, Gate 1 in red. It's Jarek Hampel. Alongside Jarek in green is Niels-Kristian Everson, who actually equalled the fastest time of the night in his first outing in Heat 3 tonight, 59.2. On gate number 3 in blue is Toby Kroner. And on the outside in yellow, Nikolai Klint. That's the way they line up, or they will do in a moment as the tapes are brought down. 21 points to 15. The Witches lead at this stage in this Elite League A fixture. Into that first turn then, and it's a Witch showing first as they come out of the turn, leading down the back straight. Jarek Hampel. Behind him is Toby, and the Wolves pairing at the back. Niels-Kristian Everson in third place. Here he comes now. Nils looking for a challenge here as he runs wide, cuts back to the inside. They go down the back straight. Still the Witches pairing leading the way, but certainly working hard, Niels-Kristian Everson, and trying to gain another place there. Back in third at the back, Nikolai Klint down the back straight. Can the Witches hang on to a 5-1 here? There's another lap to go after this one. Everson runs down the inside line, takes a look, lets the bike go out into the dirt, picks up some speed, again looks at the inside, cuts back there, but didn't have enough speed to make a run on Toby. Here they come to the line. Oh, and he gets there on the final bend. Another run around the final bend there, and he makes the pass, Niels-Kristian Everson, and gets that second place. So it's a win for Jarek Hampel, and Niels-Kristian Everson taking second ahead of Toby Kroner in third place. And at the back, Nikolai Klint. Yeah. Now we come to heat number 8, and this time on gate number 1 in the blue helmet colour, we've got Chris Ram. Alongside Chris in yellow, it's Kenneth Hansen. Gate 3 in red. For Ipswich, we see Piotr Swiderski. And finally, it's Kenneth Hansen in green on the outside there. So Srami has scored a point from his 2 rides so far. Piotr Swiderski has scored 3 points from his. So they come to the line now. Starting Marshall jumps aside from the middle of the 4 riders, walks away as they go all the Ipswich pairing. Oh, it's close, going very close, and sweeping around the outside there is Alice Drimmel to take the lead. Look at him go. And we've got a faller at the back. Going down is Kenneth Hansen. He's jumped back up onto his machine again and just gone onto the centre. We've got another faller going right through the fence. At the other end there, it's Chris Schramm. Well, Schramm gets up too, picks up his machine, but this time the red flags have come out because there's a gaping, great big hole in the fence. Pete Simmons, the Witches team manager, walks down to have a look and see what's happening down there. Have a look and see if Chammy's okay, who's taking a good look at his machine. And meanwhile, our other faller at the other end, Kenneth Hansen, has got his machine running, and he is in fact just riding round back to the paddock after having pushed it onto the centre green when he came down in the race there. So 2 fallers in that one, the red light on. Let's see what referee Tony Still has to say about that. So we got a two-horse race here, in fact, Ian, because Tony Still says Kenneth Hansen was already out of the race when it was stopped. He was on the centre green, and excluded there is Chris Ram, who went through the fence here on turn number 4. So it's a match race. In red, it's Piotr Swiderski up against Alice Drimmel. Off they go. Drimmel gets a good start on the outside, but making an even better start. Oh, in fact, Drimmel has hit the fence there. Well, a very committed start here from Piotr Swiderski. He really wound the throttle open into the turn there, took the lead, but Alice Drimmel ended up going just too wide there and ended up running into the air fence. So the red lights have come on again. The race has been stopped. And again, we await a decision on that one. Right, so it's the third attempt at this heat, and we're down to just one rider now. But he's got to go through the motions to get the points. And just coming up to the line, it's Piotr Swiderski versus, well, Piotr Swiderski, really. Up go the tapes, and away he goes, pulling that front wheel up as he goes down into the first turn. And a good practice run here for Piotr Swiderski, but of course those 3 points very, very important to Ipswich as he comes round to complete lap number 1 and heads off down the back straight. So this would double up his point score from his first 2 rides tonight. Scored 3 so far. Across the line he goes. Down the back stretch, it's going to be 1.5 laps to go. I'm just going to let you listen to the motorcycle for a lap. Piotr Swiderski. Here he comes, checkered flag at the ready as he comes off turn 4 to take the points, and finally we get to the end of heat number 8. So it's a 3-0 then to the Witches, taking Witches on to 28 points to 17. This is heat 9, and we've got Jono on gate 1 for this one. Helmet colour alongside him in just coming up the track at the moment. In red, it's Robert Muscovy here tonight, and outside. Points. Close. Front wheel in front. Right. As they get. Coming back on the inside is John. A real run for his money here. Moves ahead, the wide outside line, has a go at that. They were side by side on the home straight last time round, but David Held leads the way across the start-finish line this time. Back in third place, it's Robert Muscoviak, and at the back, Christian Heffenbrock. Here they come into turn number 3. One more lap to go still. David Held seeing control of that lead position, but nevertheless, Jono keeps powering around the Speedway. Down the back straight for the final time. David Hell comes out of 4 and heads for the flag. He takes it. Jono in the free in that one. Robert Moscoviak finishing in third. At the back, Christian Heavenbrook. So that would take the Witches on to a total of 31 points and 20 points to Wolverhampton following heat number 9 tonight. So in heat number 10, a little bit of a change, certainly with the helmet colour on Niels-Kristian Everson's helmet, because he is on a tactical ride here. You can see him starting on gate number 4. Let's see what happens in this one. So Wolves looking to gain some points from this one. Just coming up on the inside line to... oh, actually, we're going to move it the other way across the grid. So on gate number 3, in red, it is Jarek Hampel. On gate number 2 in yellow, it's Nikolai Klint. And gate number 1 in blue is Piotr Swiderski. Bound to be an interesting race. This one then, with Niels-Kristian having scored 4 points so far tonight. He's certainly going to give it all he's got. But up against Hampel and Swiderski, it's a really big challenge. Let's see what happens. Finally, the riders come to the line. Nikolai Klint, the last to arrive out the tapes there. And away to go, and Everson hasn't got the best of starts. He's going through the middle. He's up into second place. They race down the back straight. It's Jarek Hampel that leads the way into turn number 3. Right behind Everson and absolutely flying is Swiderski. As they ride down into turn number 1, Swiderski moves to the inside, moves to the outside on the back straight. Meanwhile, Niels is trying to make some ground. Oh, look at Swiderski coming around the outside there at full belt as they head down into 1 once again. And Swiderski trying the inside line there. Well, couldn't make it through. But great speedway nevertheless. Here we come out of 4 and still leading the way is Jarek Hampel taking a quick look over his shoulder there at turn 4. We're now on the last lap, down the back straight for the final time. Is it sorted? Let's see. Into the final 2 corners, Jarek Hampel goes wide out into the dirt to take the win. Double points for second place there for Niels-Kristian Everson, and finishing in third place, Piotr Swiderski with a really big challenge for that second place. So the free riders very much played a part in heat number 10 tonight, make their way down the back straight. So it's going to be 4 points scored there for Niels-Kristian Everson for finishing second in that one. Hampel and Swiderski have scored 4 points of their own, so it's a 4-4. We'll take the Witches on to 35, the Wolves on to 24. Had an interval break here at Vauxhall and a drop of Stadium T2 as we look down on the lineup for heat number 11 now. And on gate 1 in green, it's Freddie Lindgren. Alongside Freddie, in red for Ipswich, we got Jarek Hampel. Gate number 3 in yellow for Wolves is Alice Dremel. And on the outside in blue, Toby Kroner. That's the way they line up for this one. So Toby going well as usual. He's scored 4 points tonight. Lines up on the outside gate. Hampel looks set and ready and fired up. Scored 6 points, unbeaten tonight, Jarek Hampel. Up into that first turn, a good start by Hampel. He fires out of gate number 2, leads the way, but coming around the outside is his teammate Toby Kroner to lead the way. Kroner leads. Oh, look at this, tearing around the outside is Freddie Lindgren. Oh, close racing there. Jarek Hampel on the inside. Freddie Lindgren there, determined. Comes around the outside and into second position and looks like he's going to have a challenge for the lead spot. Here he is, tight on the inside line. But leading the way still is Toby Kroner fending him off down the back straight. They go. Freddie just hitting a bump there on turn number 2. As they've raced the line, there's still one more lap to go. Back there in third place is Jarek. And at the back is Alice Dremel down the back straight. They go for the final time. Freddie gets a little closer still as they come out of the turn and race to the line. It is a win there for Toby Kroner. Finishing second is Freddie Lindgren, and in third place there it is Jarek Hampel. So there we are, that's a 4-2 scoreline to the Witches, which will take them up onto 39 points and 26 points to Wolverhampton. An exciting race there. John Louis is down on track, applauding his riders there, especially Toby Kroner with a fine win. And we come to heat number 12, and we find that Freddie Lindgren is starting from 15 metres back on a tactical ride. He's in place of Christian Heftenbrook there, and on a tactical ride 15 metres back. Let's have a look at the other 3 riders going in this one. We got Robert Moscoviak in red on gate number 1. Alongside in green, it's Niels-Kristian Everson. And on gate number 3 in blue, it's Chris Ram. So it should be an interesting one. Let's see what Freddie can do from way back there. And, well, why not have a go? 39 points to 26. The scoreline here. The final 4 heats of the night. Away they go into that first turn, and showing first is Moscoviak leading the way, but there is a challenge there as they go down the back straight from Niels-Kristian Everson. And at the back, Freddie Lindgren is absolutely going, well, like fast Freddie there. He's catching the Chris Ram. He's catching Chris Ram. He's challenging. He's going around the outside, and he makes the pass up into third place. Across the line they come. Well, leading the way is Robert Moscoviak at the front. And in second place, we've got Niels-Kristian Everson. In third place, it is Freddie Lindgren. Now, Niels-Kristian, is he going to have time to look round and see his partner behind him? Yes, he does. He looks round as they cross the start-finish line. He can see that Freddie's there. Down the back straight they go. Leading away Moscoviak at the other end of the straight. This is the final lap now to come to the line. And Nils allows him to come through, Freddie there, and take the second place. So fine ride there from the Wolves riders, but also a fine ride from Robert Moscoviak, taking the win and speeding away at the front. Robert Moscoviak scoring 3 points for the Witches there. And Freddie Lindgren doubling his points up to 4. Well, that was an interesting heat as we take a look at a couple of pit scenes down there, and looking pretty busy in the Wolverhampton pits there. The scoreline now 42 points to the Witches, 31 to Wolverhampton following that 3-5. And good work there by the Wolverhampton pairing. With Niels-Kristian Everson allowing Freddie Lindgren to come through and collect at least the double points for second in that heat race. It's coming up heat number 13, and Piotr Swiderski is going to be the rider replacement in heat 13, and he will ride in red. Jarek Hampel will be his partner. Freddie Lindgren is out again, and David Howell is scheduled to ride in this one. Here we go with heat 13. Riding on gate number 1 is Piotr Swiderski, as we mentioned a short time ago. Alongside him in green, Freddie Lindgren. On gate number 3, it's Jarek Hampel. On the outside, David Howe. David Howe scored 7 points tonight so far. See riders now coming up to tapes. Swiderski on 6 points. Away they go, down into that first turn. Swiderski makes the break. In fact, it is his teammate takes the lead, and coming all the way around the outside there is David Howe once again. David Howe really going well. Oh, look at that, Swiderski, a big handful there going into the turn, but he makes it around the corner, thank goodness, and a hard challenge coming as he tries to regain that second place back. Meanwhile, leading the way is Jarek Hampel. In second place, David Howe. Swiderski in third place. And at the back there is Freddie Lindgren. So down the back straight they go once again. Can Swiderski find a way back past David Howe as they come to the final lap now? Jarek Hampel continues to lead. Howe goes in tight, close to the curb, around turns 1 and 2, down the back straight. Here comes Swiderski, and he takes that second place right back. He's going very quick indeed. Joins his teammate at the front. Brilliant there from Swiderski, and thrilling the fans here on that final lap of heat number 13, given the Witches another 5-1 scoreline here tonight. And well, maybe you can hear the fans. They really are cheering after that one. So head back through the gate there once again. John Louis back out there on track. It's lap of honour time for the Witches. Piotr Swiderski celebrating there and waving to the fans, the clenched fist, as he makes his way around the stock car tarmac. Jarek Hampel joins him for the lap of honour. So we come to heat 14. Gate 1 this time is the rider in green. It's Nikolai Klint. Alongside him in blue, it's Toby Kroner back on track. Jono's in this one too. He's on gate number 4, just lining up and having a good look at that gate. As the final rider now joins us, it's Kenneth Hansen. Kenneth Hansen just coming up to line. He's scored just the 1 point tonight, plus a bonus so far. So these 4 riders, 47-32 then is the score. Steve Johnston on the outside has scored 6. Up into that first turn, Jono on the outside looks to try and join his teammate at the front. He does! Down the back straight there with plenty of speed. Jono takes the lead. His teammate Toby Kroner on the inside of him. Can the Witches get another 5-1 here? Well, not if Nikolai Klint has got anything to do with it there. He's back in third place. And at the back it is Kenneth Hansen. Here they come around at the end of lap number 2, Witches continue to show the way forward in this one. Heat 14, 1 more to go. Down the back straight they go. And the Witches win tonight, just what the doctor had ordered. Around the final 2 turns, a big challenge from Nikolai Klint. In fact, 1 more lap to go. So there's going to be a few more turns yet. Down the back straight they go. And Nikolai was certainly trying just to close that gap and put in a challenge once again. He runs wide. This time it really is the last lap. Nikolai gets close, but not close enough as the flag comes down and the Witches celebrate there with a 5-1 success in heat number 14 tonight. Steve Johnston and Toby Kroner. I'm sure there's going to be another lap of honour here when they come round in a moment or two. Finishing third, Nikolai Clint. He was certainly trying throughout that race to nip that second place, to get through there, but wasn't able to do so. 52 points to the Witches, 33 to Wolves. It's the final heat of the night, and on gate number 1 for Wolverhampton it's niels-kristian Everson. Alongside him in red for the Witches is Toby Kroner. On gate number 3 in yellow it's Freddie Lindgren, and on the outside in blue Robert Moscowiak. That's the way they line up. Robert Moscowiak has scored 8 points. He's going to take his final ride of the evening. Toby has scored 9, so he comes up to tape. So a quick look at the Wolverhampton. niels-kristian, of course, some exciting riding from him tonight. He scored 9 as well. And Freddie Lindgren has scored 10. Both those Wolverhampton riders on tactical rides earlier in the evening. Starting Marshall walks away one more time. They race into that first turn, and the Wolverhampton pairing make it to the front. Down the back straight they go. It's Freddie Lindgren that leads. In second place, niels-kristian Everson. The battling Richards at the back there, with Robert Moscowiak in third place. And Toby packing up at the back. His bike going sick. He's looking down at the motorcycle, going ever so slowly down the back straight. As the Wolverhampton pairing cross the line, still leading away, Freddie Lindgren, and his partner close behind, niels-kristian Everson. There's one more lap to go. Suddenly Toby's bike has picked up again. He's about half a lap behind his teammate Moscowiak at the moment. And, well, it's really not right, that machine. In fact, they're starting to catch him up again. Checkered flag at the ready as they cross the line there. A 5-1 in the final heat to the Wolves in the shape of Freddie Lindgren and niels-kristian Everson, with Robert Moscowiak picking up the point for Ipswich there. So Ipswich will end on 53 points tonight, and 37 to Wolves. Success for the Ipswich Witches here at Vauxhall.
Thank you.
Right, Pete Simmons joins us, the Witches team manager. Witches at 53, the Wolves 38. That's a comprehensive victory in anybody's book.
Yeah, certainly. We seem to be getting everything together now. It's, you know, this six-man team thing. I think we're on a roll with this. You know, we seem to be able to get results when we've only got 6 in the team.
Jono spoke to us here in the stadium in the interval, and we sort of asked the question about these sort of defeats when we've lost our way halfway through the meeting. He was determined not to let it go, and so it proved.
Yeah, certainly. I think they all got their heads, you know, in gear after the interval, and it looks like we're stopping the rot now. So, you know, we got a strong finish with Toby Swiderski there in the last couple of heats, and you know, hopefully we can keep it up.
You're having the same problem that Mike Smiley had for a few years of deciding who to put in heat 15. It's becoming an unenviable task for you.
Yeah, well, they're all getting more points than normal with the rider replacement, so you know, they're all getting around the 9-10 point mark. That is difficult, but you know, we'll try and take it in turns so they all get a go.
Excellent stuff. Thanks, Pete. You can go off to debrief the boys as I go upstairs to just do a couple of junior heats to conclude us here at Vauxhall. But the Witches 53, the Wolves 38. Hope you've enjoyed your action. Next time here from Vauxhall, we got the return of Scott Nichols with the rest of the Eastbourne Eagles. So why not join us again on ReRun Productions. Goodbye.